Okie doke. We are at table number 15. We've got Daniel on Arlong versus Alex on Enel. And Daniel's definitely the residential Arlong player. He's been playing it since release. And oh man, being able to play the Kiko Nojo off life or off leader effect is pretty nasty.
Off to quite an aggressive start, and that card is like insurance and pressure all in one, so definitely digging it.
Yeah, I mean, Enel's already down at 3 life, right? So it's immediately online too.
Now, this is like an interesting matchup to me, mainly because you have full yellow versus just yellow green, and you have to wonder, is putting green in your color pool plus Arlong's leader ability going to be enough to just outweigh playing a full yellow deck?
Yeah, and we do see on the other side a Nekomamushi, also the same kind of thing. If you're at 3 or less life, you get to play something. I probably would have taken that first hit just because it would have meant potentially like Gadatsu would not be able to get rid of the Kiko Nojo, but it looks like we're going to 5 Dawn right now.
Yeah, actually 100%. Not only does it get you out of Gadatsu range, but it also potentially adds another body, which is just so important going into Enel, like quantity over quality at that point.
All right, we're using our leader. Oh, second one. Oh, that's disgusting.
Katakuri isn't the only one who can go to the casino. This is
no. They cannot, but they get to play this for free from hand almost. And if you guys don't know the Arlong leader effect is, I don't blame you. I get why not, but I'll bring it up real quick so we can all be reminded. It's from set 3, so it came out in the same set as Katakuri as well, and it does have this effect of when attacking, you can pay 1 in Dawn times 2 to play a card 4 cost or less with a trigger, and those Kiko Nojos are now one of the best targets for it.
Very much so, and anytime a deck can swing for 7 and get something beneficial from it, it's just like such a huge press and momentum, unless the opposing leader is like a 6k leader, because really you're just getting so much value on that swing plus an extra body.
Yeah, but we are using the Nekomamushi there. We're actually going up to 5 life now, which I don't think I've ever seen Arlong at 5 life.
Yeah, I'll be real. Huge bodies on board, or really good bodies on board, swinging for 7 each turn. Now currently at 5 life as a dual color leader. Arlong may just be tier 0. We just didn't know the spice.
Yeah, how does it get like more life than an L? So no dog in the top 5. Dog must be in chat right now. But yeah, I don't really see Ohm as much for now. There's just so many good cards you could be running from yellow from this set that taking an 8-card package out is really tempting.
I think it's actually crazy that we've gotten to the point where it's no longer, oh, we just put the best yellow cards in a yellow deck, when it's like there may be too many good yellow cards.
Yeah, we've reached capacity at 50. All right, well, I believe we have 7 Dawn right now, so this is kind of like a weird number, but we can do like leader effect, play a 4-drop, and then 4-drop from hand. If we have 7-drop Linlin, that's a very good card for us as well. But we're going to first start with the 6k and the 2k out. We're going into leader 7. We're not using the effect, so we must be going to Nekomamushi at this point, right? Okay, I think we're going to Nekomamushi, yeah.
Ooh. Guarding from his hand. Actually, not even a...
All right, and so now we get the full cheese. So we get the essentially restand our leader with this and attack again, and we are able to go in with it. So Django's there, but the only thing is Django costs 5, and we have 5 life, so Gadatsu could actually clear it pretty nice. We are 1 Dawn away from Yamato, but we're still in a really good spot.
Most certainly, and that's actually just really, really strong. I am...
All right, we're going to 6 life.
I
don't know about that.
This is too powerful. I don't really...
6 life Arlong, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I was like, and now has this like clause of inevitability where it just grinds you out, but like Arlong's just going up in life.
All right, and then there's 7-drop. Linlin comes down. It hits a life, so we're back down to 4. We're just regular power Arlong again.
I mean, even so, like that was a nice little cushion. Easy come, easy go life, but he's still looking pretty healthy. That being said, Linlin is essentially the start of just the big bodies that will eventually saturate Enel's board that can't really easily be touched.
Yeah, and we don't really... I mean, we haven't had anything hit out of life too impactful yet. And since we're playing the cards out of our hand instead of like the top of our deck like Dofi, we do kind of start feeling the push here. And if... I don't know... we might have wanted to protect the Kikunojo, but I guess we just didn't have the resources to do so.
Yeah. Can't quite see his account. I think it's like 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks about 4. And it's also... it's a little bit clipped off by my overlay a little bit, but it's a little bit more on stream, so it is there, but I know you guys in chat probably won't see it as good.
Yeah, and as hot as the start that Arlong had was, this is essentially where Enel really starts playing. It's drawn all of its extra cards via taking damage, and now you're going to start seeing it just continue to get more draws from its leader effect, essentially, and be able to windmill things like Yamato. So we're really just seeing the start of this one.
Yeah, and we're in the think tank now. I mean, we have what, a 7k attack with the Django. It looks like 6 cards in hand. All right, we're gonna take it as a Nell.
Oh.
Thinking about using something. Discarding a Thunderbolt. Okay, we're still playing that card. Interesting. And then, all right, we're attacking, which looks like 8 with Arlong. And are we going to use the effect? No. So I guess we're... oh, are we going to... another Django? There's no way. There's no way second Django, right?
I think so. Oh my gosh. So Enel's hand.
Yeah. A second Django. Okay, another 8. Do we have 9k worth of counter?
To say his hand might be Brick City, because that... I don't see myself taking that.
All right.
Unless I absolutely needed to.
We have Beige and Satori, so we do have 0 life, but with 10 Dawn, if we have Yamato in hand, it will be nice. We won't be able to get rid of any of these Djangos or anything else on board, but it's if we can get to that life total. And I mean, we have a 6k swing, an 8k swing, and a 5k swing, so we should be able to get rid of the 5-drop that's rested, but a little scary.
Yeah, small little points for the Arlong player. I very much so like the line of play here. Generally, you don't want to touch that last life or you don't want to like bring them down to 1, because that's essentially just adding another card to their hand. They get to cycle. But he smelled how weak that hand was, and he pressed it, essentially starting the potential broken chain of life from Enel, unless Enel immediately serves up with another life gain card.
Yeah, it's either that they didn't recognize that they could have had another attack. All right. No cards triggered out of life for Daniel yet, despite the deck demanding it.
I mean, I'm actually, yeah.
I might not swim with Big Mom if I was Alex here. We have 3 life, because if we give them 1 more attack, it could be rough. And I guess I respect. Yeah, okay, I think that's correct. Just you can't chance the fact that they could have 1 more attack.
Yeah, that is a little bit too much for him to bear. And the hand isn't that big. It looks like 5 cards in hand on Enel's side. One of those cards is going to have to be discarded when he loses that life. And the attacks can be pretty large coming from Arlong.
I mean, so we don't have a 3rd copy of Django. Okay, we do not.
You don't believe?
All right, looks like for 2, we're going to try Onami. Oh, Hiyori. Okay, interesting.
Oof.
All right, we've yet to hit anything off life, so we're going to make sure this time.
He hit him with the Thanos. He said, "Fine, I'll do it myself." Like, the dude was tired of just hitting blanks.
Mm-hmm. And okay, this is really great. So, not a combo. Like, I know Yamato players tried this combo. It was probably a little bit clunky for it, but it looks like this is pretty good. I mean, we put a card in life number 3. Number 4 is Hiyori, which maybe I would have put in bottom, but Yeah, this is fine. We get a 2k to hand. And we do have our blocker Momo.
Let's see.
Okay,
I know that's fairly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we know what this is, right? So I mean, they put this here, so it's probably beige. I don't know why they'd be so hesitant about playing it.
I think.
Interesting.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
And my other thing that kind of is a little saddening for the Arlong player is that last turn was a massive window. If he had pressure, another Django or more things to play, that could have been a massive push turn. But when he gave himself more life, essentially he was just kind of signaling that he expected to just have to sit here and take a turn of swings. And this doesn't bode well. Like we've yet
Yamato, to trigger one thing out of our life as Arlong. That's insane. That is completely insane to me. All right. And Alex is like, that's a pretty cool combo. I'm going to try to do it myself. All right. We're going to use the Yori. And then we have, the Katakuri.
Yeah. I don't want to say that might have put it out of range quite yet, but that was a huge. Last turn needed to try to set that back to 0 life and attempt to hold it. But now we're sitting at a point where while he's only got 4 cards in hand, he definitely just set a trigger. And now he put a 10 or 2k back there.
Yeah.
And he's setting up to alpha next turn. Like there's a lot of power on the board.
Yeah. And so like last turn we had 2 bodies on board, so we could have hit them down to 0, but then they could clear our Django again, and then we'd have one, like our only a leader swing, and that's kind of how Enel wins. If you're able to clear board or prevent them from having 3 attacks, you literally cannot lose. All right.
Enel do be taking advantage of the game mechanics.
We've got like the Uno draw number 25 hand right now. I'm very curious what they put into their life and why they didn't play it. I'm very, very curious.
This would be like a post-game player interview to ask what was put down and why was it not used.
Yeah. Because even if it was like beige, I would put it in there, right? Unless they didn't put it to the bottom of their life, right? Because I don't think Hiyori can even do that. Hiyori can only put to...
Yeah, one to the top. So it was definitely the top.
But Momo could have put, I think, Hiyori into the top or bottom.
Yeah, and he chose to put a card down and then put Hiyori on the top of his life, so...
Yeah, the good thing is that Momo is a blocker, so that does help us out. I don't know if we're getting rid of... I mean, 4 cards in hand, we could probably pressure... Get rid of Linlin and then like play another body on board. But... Let's see. It's Hody Jones. That's true. Hody Jones is a viable card in this deck.
Yes.
All right. Oh yeah, we're going for it. All right. So I think that's 7 Dawn. So we're at 12k. We're gonna play an Arlong. Oh, okay. This is spicy. Arlong. Oh, Olin. Okay. All right. We've got the spice. So Arlong is one of the new cards. It's honestly, I would say almost direct support for this deck. I'd say it's almost printed for him. But you get to now stun the card there. We decide to take a 2k, so they only have 2 attacks next turn, and because their leader's under the effects of Arlong.
Correct. I do think this is I mean, the meta has shifted a little bit, so you see less 7-drop like Enels, but I do think that that's always something that you should look out for in like yellow. Like out of nowhere rush off the top ropes is just an easy way to close out most games.
Yeah, but unfortunately this situation is a real good one for a card called Reject. We are at 1 life. We can also use it to pop the 5-drop blocker. The thing with Reject is that cards with triggers still activate though, so that could be impactful. And the fact that Enel is still at 2 life is important too, but Reject 200 million volts, if you play like a Sanji off of it, is very good.
Correct. Oh no!
Another Katakuri. We're like, you know what? Let's go up to 3 life.
Well, my
Or I
question
guess put
is,
Django. Django in life's not bad either.
yeah, I was like, I could easily see the Momo because the Momo's 0K. It doesn't affect anything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It just comes back to hand and can't
Oh,
combo.
but, the swing with Yamato though. This is a little greedy.
It is. But I think, especially with the Arlong coming down, he might be seeing that. Well, with the strength of his hand, if he doesn't have any more life gain, he knows he's on a clock potentially.
Oh, okay. It's 200 million volts. We're gonna discard 2 to heal 1.
A Momo and a yellow card that I can't see. Maybe maybe it was the Momo again.
Perhaps. But we're down to 1 life. We can use Momo again since they gave it back to us to put the Hiyori back. We know that they stacked the card in their life, so it might be a good one. I don't know how we got here.
I mean, I'm more surprised the Arlong player is holding on. This board is looking yellow's particular brand.
I'm like, you know what? Let's find the Arlong game. We'll do a 15-minute one and then jump around. We're halfway through.
Oh, okay. The Shirahoshi.
Oh, that's mean, but at least it's not a Kikunojo.
Yeah, and I think he actually really needed this because I don't think that hand was that strong.
No, yeah, and there's a Kikunojo, and there's a Holy that was not found earlier.
Yep, and so ditching the 0 cost makes sense. Cool. Ditching the 0 counter, but ditching the 1K counter just means he drew gas.
Yeah. All right, we're going 7 into life. Again, we know it's Hiyori. Probably should have made it a leader attack, because I don't think we're pushing for game. Unless we another Django.
I was like most of his hand up. This one's a rough one because I still don't think the counter power in Enel's hand is particularly strong, but he can't have more than this turn really left.
Yeah. All right, we get rid of a Shirahoshi. Interesting. All right, 7K. Use the effect. We're going to play Sanji.
Okay.
Which means a little bit less when we're in this spot. I guess I think we should have attacked with Arlong first and then Sanji, but okay, they 3K out. And then Momo play this back to get this back to put that there.
Okay.
All right.
Now this is a very interesting position. 2 lives and 2 blockers. So I mean, like, this is very strange. Like Enel might not win this turn, and if he doesn't win this turn and he doesn't gain life, this puts the position on particularly winning potentially just right back over here.
Yeah, I think we block here early. This just gets around the Amaru.
This is a very scary moment.
Reject Amaru just wins you the game, though, right?
It does, and you can't assume that those like those blockers are going to stay there. Like, he has enough to play like quite a few cards to just clear your board off. Now, I understand wanting more attacks to go finish game, but yeah, you just can't ignore the fact of being put down to 0 and then getting, at this point, it's even worse. Like, before he needed 2 Amarus, now he only needs 1.
If I had
too much life was taken.
But if I had a heal at this point, I would just clear board and then heal. And I don't think you have any agency to do more than that.
Because I think right now, as Enel, the only way you lose in this particular situation is if you leave this board up and don't end Arlong this turn.
Yeah.
And it would be great if he could, gain some life, but okay.
Right,
so we gotta.
Oh, we have no cards in hand.
Sticky.
Oh, this is.
Yeah, so that needs to go towards a character right now.
And then another Yamato.
That might have just sealed that. He's got a.
Yeah, no cards in hand. I think Arlong's just out of here.
He would need another Django, and all of his attacks would need to hit, and that's just not feasible.
Yeah, I don't think it is either, because we... Yeah, and it's a top deck Django too, right?
No, he would need it. He would need it to come off the top, heart of the cards, and it still would not be enough. Those 2 cards could be anything unless they were... I mean, his hand would mathematically have to be dead for all these attacks to walk, and every single one needs to walk.
Yeah, and we have... Like, what's the best card to draw right now? Like, actually. I can't think of one that helps us get out of this situation. Again, maybe Django, and you just go for it and you get there, but even then... It's asking for a lot.
Bro needed to draw 10 drop set 1 Kaido with its condition sharpied out and its color changed to yellow. Like,
all right. Looks like we're going to 11. I'm gonna guess into Katakuri. I mean, clearing board we can get there, kind of. If we get rid of 2 Katakuris, they're upset about it.
That would be very nice. But
you are upset for a different reason.
As nice as that would be, One Piece is kind of the type of game where if you have to swing that high, it is just you're just running into already bad odds of them just dropping a singular card or 2.
Yeah, it always feels bad. Even if you take it out, you're like, I can't believe this is the situation I find myself in. All right, 7K, 9K.
Bro went down with the ship.
Yeah.
Is that not a single trigger from him?
I don't think we've seen 1 card triggered out of their life the entire game.
Ain't no way. Hold up. Looking at this list.
Yeah.
4, 8, 12.
Yeah, it looks like we drew Arlong, which means that Arlong needs a card to pitch, and we did not have a card to pitch. Yeah, at least we respect our opponent. We didn't put Shirahoshi on the task.
True. 28 triggers in this deck, and none of them found their way.
Yeah, none of them. I don't think a single one found their way.
Oh, is he talking about what was in his life?
I think they were. But let's find another game real quick. Let me check. Okie doke. We are here at table number 3. Round is just about to start. We've got Ronnie on Perona versus Foster on Nami. Technically, you show your leaders before you. I mean, you get the knowledge before you decide who goes first or second, but it's okay. It's fine. We got there.
Yeah, this is we were just discussing. This is an interesting matchup simply because, I mean, Perona doesn't really interact with Nami the way more aggressive decks would. But Egman brought up a good point that Perona is a black leader, and that means that it has access to quite a lot of huge bodies that make other bodies. So stacking up a board that could potentially press Nami with 9K, 9K, 9K the following turn is something that's not out of reach of this deck, which has generally been the bane of Nami decks in general.
Yeah, and I think going second as Nami's the way. I do think that helps it a lot because like we're playing the baby number 5, but we're not able to. I don't know. Gecko Moria and Curve would help a lot, I think, for sure. And we do not get that on this deck because it's the 9 cost.
Easy, Peter. You said, bro, what is with his light? It's mood lighting. It's ambiance.
Yeah, we'll. I want to watch Perona, and then the other 2 Perona players are actually playing each other. So this was the compromise.
This actually may be like a Django level hypnotization technique.
Yeah.
With the wavy camera and the changing lights, it's just made to completely throw off your game.
Yeah. All right, let me try. This could easily make it worse. Let me see what happens if I rotate it real quick. Does this make it any better for anyone? It's like a little bit better. That's probably a little bit better.
I fall out of my chair.
Yeah. That's probably a little bit better. Now it just looks like he's, it's just a little rumbly. Any queen players? No queen players today.
everybody has their setup, and I understand that like everybody's equipment is everybody's equipment, but like I think this like camera might be dangling from a string.
It might be
like off a fishing rod.
If I recall right, our player here, he told us that this might not be true, but one of their first webcam events, so they needed help figuring out what it looks like. So I get it, but yeah, this is maybe a little rough.
I can't look at chat. I can't look at chat right
now. All right. Well, we've got 5 Dawn right now. We were able to get rid of the baby 5. Not too surprising. It's their first webcam. They're from your locals. All right. That's fine.
Yeah.
And if this is the worst that their webcam will ever look, I'm glad we'll figure it out.
The clarity is absolutely fine.
The clarity, yeah, I can see so much. I am curious. Yeah, it seems like it is just like attached to the desk, but I am curious to see what's making it wrong. I'm guessing it's attached to the desk, and if I've had like poor desks before that, if you knock it, it vibrates, or the vibration goes up to whatever you're connected to, and that's my guess.
I mean, my headcanon is that like he's really trying to be Nami the Navigator for real.
Oh yeah,
he is actually at sea.
Got the log pose going. You got the.
It's turbulent. It has been pretty windy depending on where you live. So
yeah,
he is going.
Yeah, we've seen 2 Sanjis peel off, at least 1 Kaya, and okay, we've seen 3 Sanjis peel off. And unfortunately, Perona doesn't really have the urgency for it. I mean, being able to play the 4-drop to make them discard 1 is cute, but still not great.
Yeah, this is just literally one of those unfortunate moments that until Perona starts dropping its haymakers, this is just Nami playing against itself.
Let's see. Let me... Here, real quick. Let me ask him real quick if he can turn off his lights.
And before entire room dark.
All right, we've done it.
Dang. 1000 Sunny party mode canceled.
Yes. Yeah, I will say, shout out to Ronnie as well. Ronnie's like, oh, I guess his lights are strobing. Like, how could you not? How could you not notice? It's because I said like, maybe your opponent's not, it's a little distracting for his opponents, and he says like, no, it's fine.
Look, you have a well-oiled machine going with your edits, but if I may suggest that you, until the strobe light comes off, when you repost these somewhere, you just have the early 2000s electric Matrix club music going on.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Brick Fist, which is going to bounce one of these back. We just played it this turn, so that's fine. All right, at least we did the right attacking order. And then we're playing a Nupe for 2. I do like this card. I know you don't get any card advantage, but Perona has a really, really hard time setting up their trash. That a Nupe is generally worth it in my experience. We're playing the Hina, which helps you in no way in this matchup, unfortunately.
It's just kind of the way this format has like evolved. Well, this game has evolved. Black is just the de facto deck to getting rid of bodies, and this is just the one deck really that isn't really trying to care much about bodies.
Yeah. Well, you can rest their Kayas, but I mean, what are you going to do with those?
It'll make you feel better when you actually get to attack something and remove it.
Yeah, and 2K, 1K. I mean, we still have Perona in hand for 3. Okay, if they play another peel off, judge call immediately. They've been able to activate all 4 of them. And keeping 3 up for defense. There is a new card that came of OP06. I'm pretty sure we're going to see it, but it's been pretty impactful for Nami. It is the White Smoke. Do you know this card? Or White Snake, sorry, White Snake.
White Snake. Let me see.
It's a as I think like a little bit better version of Love Mellow. You give your leader plus 1k for the turn on defense, and then it's a you draw a card, so it's a 2-cost event for that.
2 costs for 1k and draw a card.
Okay, we did play it. All right, cool.
Oh.
I did have that hockey.
The observation. Future sight, actually.
All right. So this is a 6k leader now, so this makes the numbers a little bit weirder. We go another 6 in, so we Desert Spada to look at top 3 to rearrange what we need. All right, are we gonna put 8 down on Nupe? I guess. I mean, Moria here is pretty decent if we have it, because it will set up another 4-drop attacker as well.
The deck's looking pretty thin. Those are graphic sleeves, so they're a little thicker than normal. So he's actually getting pretty low in the deck. And I know that Perona's got to be sweating.
Yeah, because they're at 4 life. And we did... Oh, and they have a lot of cards in hand, too. But Perona, again, we've made them discard 3 cards so far. Getting the overheat out of hand. And passing there. 4 cards left in hand. And I'm going to guess we probably have less than 20 cards in life or in deck for Nami at this point. Also, I did not read chat, but yeah, Tim Rob, I agree with you. I promise. Promise I didn't see your comment until I said it. All right, just
like White Snake is very interesting, but 2 cost is also very interesting for a 1k for the turn is pretty. I'm actually trying to think about that.
Yeah, because I mean, most decks don't play 6Ks anymore since there's not a 6K leader in the meta outside of Newgate, but not enough of him to like be prepared for that matchup. I think for most players, it looks like 2K, 1K to defend the Perona as well.
Oof.
I guess probably the Perona, but the leader, not the character card.
Yeah, I want to know what he's clutching, what deuces he's clutching in hand, because, I mean, obviously you don't want Nami to get that extra card, but yeah, Homeboy is actually cooking.
We got
grip in hand.
We got double Daz Bones. We have 6 cards in hand. All right, but we do have a pretty wide board, which is usually Nami's nemesis. We're going to get rid of 1 Daz Bone, and Nupe's going in, getting rid of it. Seems pretty fair.
We need to start seeing some actual pressure, because swinging for neutral, even
and then
one
another
over.
white. Okay, I thought they tapped 2. I'm like, oh, another White Snake here would be nasty. But we've got Desert Spada to get out of it. We're looking at top 3 once again.
Like, as unfortunate as it is, he needs to start swinging with like 7s at the base, because his life is still high. It's very high for where he is in his deck right now.
Yeah. We're a little bit in trouble. My only guess is that maybe they want to try to play 8-drop Moria, because that develops a lot of attacks for the next turn. But we're attacking with Kuzan, making the Daz Bones cost 0. We have a Rubber Band of Doom getting the mill there. Oh, 23? Is that right? Because he's got a 2 and a 3 there. That's why I'm asking. Maybe he's saying 5 cards in hand. All right, we're attacking 5. Yeah, we must be... And we know we have Don Quixote Don Flamingo in hand. Maybe they're playing that to get the rest of the leader? Yeah, okay, here we go.
I don't exactly hate it. A little less pressure, a little less being able to get the top card off the top of your deck. And then the other part, though, is that it's just another card he doesn't have to don up to press damage with. And he's lining up.
Yeah, Nami still does swing, and It prevents a thing from happening, but yeah, we've got 10 Dawn for Nami as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we just say pass, you know what I mean? All right. We're attacking
Oh.
5 into something. I mean, we can get a 1k out, right? Surely we have a 1k in hand. Oh man, we are unsure though.
And this is actually both a little scary. Okay.
Yeah.
This is both a little scary, but also I would assume a little relieving for the Perona player, because putting 5 of my Dawn underneath, or 4 of my Dawn underneath the Das Bones and then swinging just straight up signals that my hand may not be strong enough to survive this field next turn. And that should feel really good.
Yeah, but I think we need to start investing Dawn now. 9 might be a little much. I would probably do 7. All right, Spada like, number 3.
Yeah. It's like for a little bit, 9 is always a magic number because you had those overheats as well as the love lows. So it's like hitting somebody for 9 was always like just the good amount to make them drop 2 cards in hand instead of just 1.
Yeah.
But oof. How many did he burn for that?
I think we need 1 more, right? Oh no, because we spotted. Yeah. I probably would have taken that 9, to be honest. But
yeah, that was a lot of hand to give up right there.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
2. All right. Rewarded.
Never mind. He's just better than me. I apologize for my outburst. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's better than all of us for sure. We're going 11. There's no way. I don't like these numbers. I'll be honest. These numbers are not super great, but we're going to do another, gavel, and then so we're at 9k, and then we need to get out 3k more because this is 11. All right, White Snake, draw a card, and another Desert Spada. Another rubber band. Okay, that will get there. All right. So now Perona can't even attack. Neither of them can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like those numbers. I don't think they were good.
Oh, never let your opponent know your next move, I guess. That's still a little too far away from the bottom of my deck.
Yeah, despite all the drawing we're doing, I think we're about 10 right now, but we're going 7 at maybe leader.
Yeah, he's just trying to clear the board. He knows the hand is low, and realistically, if this board stays the way it is, which I mean, I guess he got rid of 1 body, there's no way he's surviving. So this is kind of like a weird gambit turn. He's got 3-4 cards in hand, maybe. I think like 3.
Yeah, we've got 8 Dawn open. We have potentially 4 swings. We're going to start with the 10k, make it easy. All right, we're going to love 9, and we need another 2k.
Unless he has... That's very strange. Unless he has another one of the white smokes in hand, the getting over the Dofi versus getting over particularly smaller swings kind of confuses me. Because he gets another card in hand from his life. And then if he can get over Dofi, he could have definitely gotten over.
I think this was 4 Dawn, right? Oh, why are we swinging such big numbers? I don't get it. I do not. All right, we're milling here. And then 5k leader swing? We still need to get out of it, I think, a little bit. Okay, well then... Yeah, we go up to 2 cards in life with the Deathwink. And... Yeah, I think I'm okay with not attacking here because it could have given them a Zeph or something. But Kaya for 2 looks like about 2 cards left. If we have Zeph now, we just win.
He's snapping those cards with authority, like pure authority. This is kind of. So it's not like he has the instant win in hand right here because he's definitely taking some time.
Yeah. Oh, I mean. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. At this point, I'd scoop it up. Yeah, it's clear. Oh, Rubber Band of Doom? If you gabble, you win on the spot, right? Unless there's more than 2 in life in there, right?
It's 3. It's 3.
It's 3? Okay.
Yeah, the first 2 cards are really close to each other, but you can see like the corner reset the art.
Oh, there it is. All right. And then okay, yeah, we had it. Many ways. Last card in life. Okay, yeah.
Vicious.
All right. Well, there it is for Foster taking it with Nami, and we'll see him in the next round undefeated. Let's see some other tables we got right now. All right, we do have for you guys table number 6. Both players undefeated. It's going to be Reiju versus Moria. 2 of the new leaders from OP06. One may be a little bit better represented, but both here today.
Let's see.
All right, nothing for Moria turn 1, so no Sindri essentially, but no plays for Reiju turn 2. That's actually pretty rough. They generally have something they want to do, but it just must mean that we don't have a copy of our 1-drop stage or the Germa 66s, and you kind of need both those cards.
It's not like he's at early a disadvantage for not seeing this injury, but that is also just such a good turn 1, like just 5 cards deeper.
Yeah, but then Gecko also discarded a card and then had nothing to play off the trash, so that's really unfortunate for them. I'd say that's even more unfortunate.
Hard misfire.
Yeah, just discarding a card to have a 6K swing. Also, I did see this in chat. I did want to mention this real quick. Someone is asking why Yamato's not doing as good here as it been in Japan, and I think Yamato takes advantage of unoptimized decks pretty good. But now that we've got optimized decks, it's a little harder for it to keep up. But I don't know. That's just my interpretation for it. I think once you kind of know what Yamato does, it's a little bit easier to play around it.
A lot of people just see the double attack or dual attack and they just kind of freak out, but it's quite really.
All right, well, we've got we do finally have some cards to play off this, but and the Ice Age into the Absalom is kind of what we needed to get rid of that 7-drop with the I don't know, that's sometimes if I get 7-drop to stick, it's so strong for us.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you have to know you're up against it when it comes to Gecko Moria, but like that was a very strong forward play, and then Absalom just like tore it apart. Ice Age Absalom.
All right, we are looking at, I don't know, still no stage though is tough for Perona. I think it's our turn. We're just thinking about what we want to do. We could bounce back to hand with the Niji. Again, we don't have as much cycle as we want. Yeah, we have that 5K going in. And for 5, I mean, hard casting one? Yeah, just hard casting one, bouncing it back to hand. So we're going to 7 Dawn next turn, which means we could lose a Dawn and then judge the turn afterwards.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say Gecko is misfiring as hard as I wouldn't even say Reiju's misfiring, but I just wanted to see this matchup because I like the ability to have a lot of destruction and then put up a big board versus the deck that just can really put out a lot of bodies quickly.
All right, so we are in the Rebecca build, which I don't think Rebecca is a staple in Moria, at least as much as it is for Sakazuki. We're gonna play it out. We're gonna play the Hina, and that's gonna get the -3 there, and then that does set us up for the Absalom. That's actually really, really strong for this position.
Mm-hmm. Perfect amount of Dawn for that.
All right, we're sending her to the bottom. We got our board clear once again, and then there's a pretty wide board there for our Reiju player. We could do an Ichi or Niji to get there. It's going down to 2 life. Yeah, I think we're just breaking with Reiju, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that was a huge momentum play. It's like all you really can do right now is try to lessen what he has on board, and half of that's coming. Like, this is just Gecko is really swinging heavy with momentum right now.
All right, we're playing our 2-drop Reiju. We're going to use the effect. We're going to play 1 from hand. We're going to draw. We have exactly 5, so draw 2 and then 1. So narrowly having the number we need. All right, we have what, 5 Dawn available for us. If we have another copy of like just 5-drop Niji, that would be fine. Oh, we're going to use the Germa. We're going to try to find probably our stage. All right, finally get it. Very, very late.
And you're already fighting uphill, but now like you're essentially struggling to stabilize.
All right, we get a 7-drop, which, I mean, we've already have this in rotation. So we have 3 Dawn for maybe Niji. But then we won't be able to play Judge next turn if we do that.
And he is at a point in the game where he needs to try to... There needs to be a swing play, otherwise this will slide.
All right, we could do 8 from lead into Hina, but that's just going to get the Rebecca block. That's honestly like the worst thing about this the Hina Rebecca is that you play it and then you also get like built-in defense for the Hina as well.
Yeah, it's just like you said. He goes too high, it catches the block immediately. He goes too low, it catches a 2K. Like,
all right, so we are gonna end up playing the Niji. We're gonna lose another Dawn, so I think that sets us back down to 5, which means we won't be able to play Judge next turn. But we are gonna bounce the Rebecca back to hand, which also doesn't feel great.
as a person who likes to play Reiju, like, how would you feel? Are there any routes you think could come out of this current game for the Reiju player?
I think if we were doing this, I would attack Reiju into Hina, and because I think Hina's worse in hand than Rebecca. I'd rather have Hina in hand and Rebecca on board than the situation that we're going to probably see right here.
And now being essentially off curve, like...
All right, well, we're going to pass back. We are able to defend the Hina. We're going down to, what, 9 Dawn, so Gecko Moria would be great. Like, Great Eruption, Gecko Moria can hit the board here. If we have Ice Age and... I don't know if we have Hamepo in there, but Ice Age with Moria could clear board if we have Rob Lucci in there.
We were talking about it before, but it's actually just... Even now, it's still mind-blowing to me how much forward momentum that 9 Dawn can get because of Gecko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you already want to go first with Gecko, but having that 9 Dawn, meaning you have that 1 cost extra that you can pay into things, like even Suru to help you get board clears, it helps out a lot.
Being able to clear all of the Reiji's board potentially while adding a 9K and like a Rob Lucci or something like that to the board is beyond bonkers. And right now we're looking at Reiju trying to establish a board, but at this point, Gecko seems very much so in the pilot seat. You've got 2 able bodies to turn sideways. You haven't even played your top in yet.
All right, so we're going to attack 7, pay 2. So no 8-drop Moria coming down. That does help. And what's the best card that we can play off this? Because it doesn't look like we have any cost reduction for the Reiju or the Niji right now either.
Which is insane with the grip in his hand. So, I mean, I guess just playing another body just to have it on the board to swing next turn, that's not the worst.
Yeah, so I think we're using Hogback. We're going to use the Hogback effect to get back the Gecko for next turn, but missing it for this turn is a little bit rough. Yeah, there's the 8-drop Gecko.
For the plot, I think it's okay because it would be a shame if like, Gecko just drew perfect and Reiju bricked hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, it would have been so nice to have that in hand.
I mean, Gecko, you know, they threw them a bone, right? They discarded a card for free last on their first attack turn, but it is starting to look a little bit in Gecko's favor. They still got 3 life. We're down to 1 life as Reiju, which is pretty rough, and I think we're at 7 Dawn right now. Yeah, we're going to 7 Dawn.
Yeah, Reiju is already looking at potential lethal next turn, knowing that Gecko will follow up whatever happens. And that's just not a good feeling.
Yeah. All right, we're looking top 3. We discarded the Ichi, which is very good in the trash and very mild in your hand. All right, we get
just a no counter break. No worries.
And I think we have too many cards in hand, unfortunately, for Reiju. Maybe not. All right, we're gonna play the Reiju cards in hand. All right. 4. Okay, after playing it off there, we must not have had one on the board, but yeah, we're down back up to 7 cards in hand. And we have a good amount of attacks to try to clear this board.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, those are double sleeved. What, he's got 6 cards in hand, the Gecko Moria players?
Yeah, it looks like, 6.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he heard you.
that was uncanny timing. Yeah, it's kind of risky swinging into these. Like, realistically, he needs to clap this board as hard as he can and then hope to survive the following turn. But okay,
So we're going to play the Niji out right now. So that's going to prevent us from being able to play Judge next turn, which, I mean, if we don't have it, that makes it an easier choice. But I also think like Judge might have been the way to help get back in this board and go wide. But we're going to use that, give the minus cost to the Hina. We're going to swing 5 into 3, and then we're probably going to try to bully this Absalom.
Because even clearing the Absalom doesn't necessarily give him game next turn.
No, because we're going 5. Yep, and then 6. Yeah, there's a 2K. Yeah, I mean, again, I'd be scared about Reiju hands because, again, they usually have good stuff. I think there's about 6 cards right now. But even like a 7/9/9 could be rough. Or we're playing another copy of Germa. Okay, now I'm a little bit... we did have Judge. All right, getting a 2K for our efforts.
All right, he's hunkering down. Get rid of 2 dead cards out of his hand in exchange for a 2K.
Yeah, even then, I'd be... 4 cards in hand. I'd be so tempted to do 7. Or like... 7/9/9. I'd be really tempted to do that now.
Yeah, and this is the full send on the Telegraph. Like, it's one thing to hold up a hand and be like, yeah, it's big. Do you want to swing? But it kind of shows you the faith in his hand when he was like, no, I'm pulling the curtain down. Like, you can see how dead this hand is. I need counter power.
All right. Yeah, I think we're deciding. Just looking through. I mean, even so, even if, I mean, there are a lot of attacks on the board, right? There are 5, but even then, I would not be too worried to do this. But playing Moria here, which I know we're trained to do when we have 1 in hand and 8, but we're going to start with a single 5.
I like that, as we are trained to do.
All right, we got a 1K out. We know there's a 2K in that hand. I hope Ryan's not doing like a middle of the road kind of activity, because like going. All right, yeah, it looks like they're just gonna try to push for a little bit of pressure and then try to block her up.
Mm. I mean, because essentially, as long as you don't just like not play anything, I don't really see Gecko losing the following turn. But he's definitely got the ability to clean up the board and then win the following turn. So I mean, it's like, well, either or. So it's like, I mean, he's in a good position. 3 life is a lot, and he doesn't necessarily have like a dead hand. Though I will say, with what he's swinging with, I kind of like. Was he swinging at life for the Reijus?
I guess we don't really know, but it looks like we're going for the Reiju at this point. We gave the -4 cost to the additional copy of each G, so we can get some removal for that. I don't know. If we have Rob Lucci and trash though for Gecko Moria, getting rid of the Niji and the Reiju, getting 2 bodies off, I think is better than getting the tall body.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we do have the 8-drop coming down. What do we got in there? I see a Helmeppo already.
Yeah, he was on the Helmeppo. I'm trying to think if he put the Lucci down there, but realistically, I mean, we know he has Absalom.
Yeah,
and that's nice enough already. But if he can get a Rob, okay. If he wait. Okay.
Sure. And then, yeah, using this effect, we go and grab a 2K Perona off the Rebecca, and then I guess we could play the Hina. Yeah, why not?
I mean, I still don't think he loses next turn, but I don't think there was a reason for.
I think that turn could have been way different. I think there's a really strong chance we could have just won the game. And 2, I don't know. It looks like we're going to use putting into the trash with the stage effect, which makes sense. Grabbing another stage, which is rough. Create a 1K for a 0K. And looking through the trash, it looks like there's 5 cards in hand.
I will try not to be stuck in last turn, because I'm kind of a little boggled right now.
Yeah, because like if even like getting Absalom to remove the Niji, right, would have been better than I think maybe playing the Rebecca.
Yeah, it's just I don't think that Reiju has a line to win. Like, they don't have a line to win this turn, but if they did, you definitely gave them that breathing room.
Yeah, but we played the Sora, which lets us get essentially the piece that we're missing. So we found a 2-drop Reiju and discarded the stage that we didn't need. We got some additional card draw. We'll maybe get rid of a body or 2. All right, we're swinging 5s. I think the biggest issue with both these decks is that they do run some blockers, but like they're their effects usually don't play one. Yonji's not usually played, and like none of the Through the Bark pirates are blockers besides the 2-drop, so it makes it rough.
Yeah.
But we are drawing more and more cards. But with what, 5K swings and a 9K, even without any Dawn investment, that is already pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think that ignoring the board is kind of important because almost every turn you give Reiju after this is a turn that can just potentially build. And your hand's only really going to get smaller and smaller, but this is just, oh, nice. But yeah, this is just a weird possession. I think you just have to close it out now, which it looks like he's attempting to do.
Yeah, so that was a 9. This is a 7 with 2 cards in hand. Yeah, there's nothing that could be in there.
It's 3. It's 3.
Oh, 3 in hand. All right. Okay, yeah. As long as they swing this way. I mean, even a block, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And double 7s.
Oof.
Couple of cowboys.
Brick squad.
Yes. All right, we are here at table number 2. It's going to be Sakazuki versus Perona. It looks like both players are reshuffling their hand. Again, I think Perona has a pretty good meta call into Moria, which I think is more popular than Sakazuki, but Sakazuki itself can be a really uphill battle.
Indeed. When it comes to the Thriller Bark engine in Moria, do you personally feel like there are many buffs to like playing Perona over Moria right now?
I think it's a better than a mirror match, I suppose. Right? That's one benefit for it. I think the consistency for Perona is the weakest part about it. Unlike Sakazuki and Moria itself, it doesn't have fantastic ways and not on leader ways to set up their trash. All right, but it looks like we're off to the races. Perona going first is not what you want. You usually want to go second so you get to 10 Dawn, and Sakazuki loves going second.
Pretty much an entire even curve on that one.
All right. So we have our Tashigi looking top 5 real quick. And we are searching for a Navy card out of those. Ends up getting a Hound Blaze. And just passing back. So pretty scary card. And also the other thing is that with Hound Blaze in this matchup, like, sure, we could play like our 4 drops to get them on board. They get KO'd, go to trash. But Hound Blaze sending to the bottom of the deck means Perona has a really hard time getting like an optimal Gecko Moria play.
And even though this is just really Sakazuki's first turn, I think that there's been a lot of info given to the Perona player that's kind of like discouraging. The Kuzan being dropped generally can just show that like there's other cost reduction in hand because that Kuzan could have been a perfect curve on turn 2. And then on top of that, we're also looking at a Hound Blaze being picked up. So you just kind of already know that your first major play is likely getting washed immediately.
Yeah, so we ended up getting a copy of X-Drake off this brand new, setting up a 2-drop, 4-drop into our trash. So this is actually pretty good for us. And yeah, X-Drake being able to rest whatever 4-drop you play this next turn, and then, rest off the Perona and get KO'd off the X-Drake is pretty strong.
It was good to see that they're both setting up for some strong plays.
Yeah, again, I've played a good amount of Perona, and already seeing a 2-drop and 4-drop into our trash is, oh, it's so great. Oh, Cody, I saw that Eggman dice in there, and you chose to not choose it. Come on.
You put him on stream.
I put you on stream, and you give me generic dice. What is this? All right, so we've got 4 Dawn. It looks like Arnie's thinking about what we're doing with this Sakazuki this turn. We are attacking in the leader. We are going to take our first life going down to 3. Oh.
Wow.
Really regretting not, I guess, punishing this Tashigi last turn. Yeah, 2K Virgo to get out of it, and Yeah, I don't know. Perona does give this kind of early control where if you play anything that costs 4 or less, you know it's getting immediately removed.
I'm just trying to think if the Sakazuki player just like big brained for extra pressure, or if the hand just somehow had no viable play that turn.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 5 Dawn still. We're taking a 5K here. And even if it stinks, like X-Strike on curve is still a 5-6 they have to deal with.
Definitely bigger body, but oh.
That's a better card for sure.
And the crispy manga Sabo?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it in, I mean, obviously, for the Sakazuki and Moria builds, but Perona can use this card too. Good investment.
Yeah, black literally just has to look at it and just skip any destruction that turn. That's powerful.
Unfortunately, there's a blue half of Sakazuki on that card, so not as strong as it could be.
Just some filter, maybe a body. I mean, this person's rarities are pretty good. They even got the brandy that fixed his hairline on board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those came out like less than 2 weeks ago, right? They are fresh. All right. Well, we've got 6 Dawn for Sakazuki. We know Hound Blaze is in hand, so we could get removal of this Sabo if we have like a Great Eruption or something. Hina Hound Blaze wouldn't even be that terrible. Yeah. Rebecca grab and play Hina. Hound Blaze, probably one of her better plays.
Kind of like you said, the Sabo isn't really too pressing and it can be removed at any time. It's just like, it's actually funny that it's more of how will it get removed in this particular case, not a.
All right. Yeah, exactly. But the other thing, like again, like setting up the trash for Perona is really important and difficult to do. So putting 2 more cards that you can play into there is great. We're at 7 Dawn though, but I think the highest cost card that's hit Arne's board is this Helmeppo at this point.
I mean, there's this thing about like 4 life leaders. Like he's just pushing for assured damage each time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we're down to 2 life. Perona also doesn't have like fantastic hand sizes either, and so it's a good amount of pressure.
This is like this stage of the game, there's a lot of footsies being played here. Like we haven't seen anything particularly.
Yeah, Cody knows a thing or two about this card game, so he's definitely playing around. And you know, he plays a lot of Sakazuki specifically, so he knows the extension of that deck.
A neutral 5K getting through.
Yeah. I'm looking at trash. I mean, okay, we already have a Helmeppo in there, right? So why not? We're going to play X-Drake. Issue here is that if they have 8-drop Moria, they have 8-drop Moria, and it clears this board.
Just pretty handedly.
Yeah, because we have Rob Lucci in there, we have Helmeppo, we have Leader Effect. We can attack -1 on the brand new, and then for 8, play Moria, play Rob Lucci, play Helmeppo, -2 cost of the X-Drake, and a 2-1 KO there.
Very, very forward momentum on that play. And that's just, I want to know what his hand is to not drop a 1K to go down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also going to be scary. Well, potentially worrying for Cody, because that's like if you're letting attacks like that go through, your hand may just be pure gas.
Oh, this is...
Huh.
Okay, we do not have Moria. All right. If I'm Cody, I'm immediately sitting up in my chair. Like, oh wow, okay.
Gamer posture relaxed.
Yeah. All right, we've got Borsellino, 7-drop. That's fine. I mean, if we have Ice Age Gecko for Perona, though, we are... sorry, Ice Age Moria. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Do you send that Sakazuki into his I forgot his name. I don't want to say bald guy. Brand new.
Brand new. You're
Into
good.
his brand new right there because like he has shown that he will send that for a neutral just to poke out of your hand, and you let one through.
I think I'd consider it. I also think that probably we're gonna have a copy of Rob Lucci hit the board eventually, so it gets removed for free for that. But yeah, I wouldn't be too afraid at these points because I know that there's higher Dawn plays that I'd probably want to try as Perona at this moment.
Fair enough. Anything super impactful coming up this turn will prevent brand new from being a decent swinger.
All right. So again, 9 Dawn for Perona. Cody's definitely thinking. Ice Age. The Borsellino used leader effect to rest it, and then being able to play a Ryuma from Trash from Moria would probably be strongest play. But it looks like we're just starting with a simple 5. Gets the min rarity brand new out of hand.
Flex confirmed. Look at the top of his head, even from this camera angle.
Yeah, it is the shiniest part of the screen, I think.
But sensing that the hand is particularly weak, just swinging with a neutral 5 is like perfect. Oh, and he does have it.
Okay, so unfortunately we don't have the Ice Age. Ice Age would have been pretty clutch. Because again, like, reducing costs means that something becomes low enough to be able to get in Perona side. Oh, but okay, I like this. Okay, so this is what we're doing. So we're playing Moria, and we're getting Borsellino rested, and then we're baby number 5 to try to get a Hail Mary into our 10-drop Dofi, which we unfortunately do not find.
I mean, the interaction was super spicy, though.
Yes.
Like, that would have looked so good.
Yeah, being able to play the baby 5 inactive for this effect, yeah, it's spicy, but hopefully you get a 10-drop Dofi soon.
Because like just because of the colors that we're working with Sakazuki, there is not an actual way for Cody to die this turn, but this could particularly be like this could be a playground for Sakazuki going into this turn.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, 10 Dawn to work with. We haven't seen a Moria hit Arnie's board yet. I'm looking at 1 Dawn, maybe attacking into the Borso.
It's like going up to 6. I feel like. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Must have been swinging to the Borsellino, yeah, and we 1K out.
I mean, now they're passing these type of plays back, but just softening the hand, even though they know that this isn't gonna be the turn you KO somebody, so you might as well just like drain the hand and remove everything you can.
Yeah, so this is a big scary 8K double 2s. Oh, sorry, 2K 1K. Yeah, it must have been at Borsellino. Once again. Oh, we have Ice Age anyways. That's gonna cost 2, and then we're gonna play our own Moria. Yeah, you get rid of. I guess it's not as fantastic as it could be, right? Like a baby number 5 and brand new, and then the draw with Tashigi, but.
And then normally I would say like, okay, getting rid of the baby 5 is good because you know what he's probably searching for, but I actually don't think he has the turn to play Dofi at this point. Unless he draws it.
Yeah, you have to draw it, right? If you draw it right now, you're fine. If you already have it and you're just trying to squeeze some value out of what you had. Because right now you can rest the Rob Lucci using leader effect, and then you stun Borso, Rob, and Sakazuki. We got rid of the baby 5, and then have brand new attack into Tashigi. And so the only thing that can attack next turn is Moria itself.
We need a pretty good defensive wall next turn to avoid like the alpha, because this is the board has shifted.
Yeah, I mean, okay, not for nothing. There's no blockers on board, and Sakazuki sometimes has a rough hand, so we could go for game. It's doubtful, but possible.
What are we looking at? The blue kind of blends together on those sleeves, but what, he has 4 in hand or so?
I believe he has about 4 in hand, yeah. 5 in hand.
Not rooting for anybody in particular, but I wish the Perona player had like one more like neutral 5K on board.
That would definitely help convince me to try to go for game if I felt needed to. Again, like, Perona does not care about blockers unless there's more than 2 or more, right? So that does benefit this matchup a lot, because generally Sakazuki has a lower hand size. They're hoping for their Borsalinos and Sabos to protect them. And oh man, the attachment of 1 Dawn. All right, no Dofi for us, unfortunately.
Ooh.
All right, we're starting with a 6. All right, we got the 2K, so we cannot win this turn unless we had something fantastic. Ryuma, resting the Lucci, Ryuma, and then playing Sabo is kind of nice.
I actually really like this game.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, Perona's got a lot to figure out. It's about as complex as, like, you know, Saka or Moria, but it's missing out a little bit of power, I think. All right, we go down to 1. All right, getting into the Tashigi, not too surprising. And then, yeah, leader effect, Ryuma, Sabo, seems pretty okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be it.
I mean, he does definitely set himself up pretty well. That's a second. Wait, that is a second manga Sabo?
Yes. So guaranteed 2. Oh, we're playing 8-drop kid in this build. Very spicy.
I'm a little star-studded at on all the alt arts here. This is drip immaculate. So now 1 blocker. I mean, the tempo just keeps swinging back and forth, but he is now from the sticky position. I mean, he's not out of the woods yet, but from the sticky position of potentially beating him on the clapback. So this is like...
Yeah, being down at 1 life is pretty rough. Again, you can't depend on your blockers to save you, because Perona can just tap him down very easy. Sabo has the protection effect on everything on board, so you can bottom deck, but it's going to be very difficult to remove enough attacks on board. And either one, go for game and go from that with 2 cards in life, or what have you. But it looks like we're going to try to Houndblaze and go for it. Houndblaze could put you into this game.
Very much so. Deep in the tank with, like, I think 4 or so cards in hand.
We've got... Yes, Sakazuki's got, I think, a bigger brick of a hand, maybe like 5 or 6. Let's see, yeah, closer to 6. Yeah. I mean, if we had Houndblaze, we'd go for it, right? So I just don't think we do. Do we have another Great Eruption to fish for it? Oh, we do.
I suppose he has to, like, also be afraid. Like, Houndblaze is what he's looking for, but, like, like you said, a singular blocker is not enough. 2 blockers is still kind of on death's door. Like, there are no comfortable moves for him to make this turn.
All right. Well, we put down Sabo to 1, so Houndblaze can definitely be a I don't know if we start going aggression and we can't get there, then we definitely lose on the crackback, right?
Yeah, he may be kind of sussing out this is his final turn.
Oh, a Suru. Okay. Given the minus cost to what? All right. Ryuma costs 2. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we're using the Yama, so making it so if we clear board right now, we don't lose? Don't super hate it.
Wow.
All right, going down to 1.
A lot of people are talking about it being a spicy tech card, but like it really actually just might have taken that game.
Yo, but we have Sabo here. Okay, if we have any amount of cost reduction in hand, I think we win. We can use the effect of Perona to tap it down. If we have Great Eruptions, if we have Ice Age, if we have Suru, I think we put a lot of Dawn on this brand new and just go for it.
I could hear the excitement in your voice at the prospect of Perona.
I do. I think it is a bit of a misplay from Arnie. It's giving Arnie a chance to lose, for sure.
Down to the wire on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, asking for probably 2Ks. 1, 2... Yeah, it looks like only 2 or 3 2Ks.
Yeah, playing the Suru definitely kind of was a nice little bit of information for Cody. But I think you're right. Would you have just stayed back on some of those life attacks with the superior board here? Or?
Yeah, I think I would have cleared board and then have them at 1 right now. Because if they're at 1 right now, what? They can rest the Suru, I guess attack into it. I would just put my opponent off on having 10 drop at this point.
Yeah, I think it's sticky because on one end, yes, you don't want to give them the cards to potentially play out of this field. On the second end, if something outlandish happened, like double blocker, that could potentially, like he's clearly strapped for that Hound Blaze. Like he had to dig to make his play, but like you may be putting yourself in a position where they can just wall you out for one more turn and come back. So this is a weird.
Yeah, but, if you 10 cost here, like okay, you attack 5k with Perona, they block you 10 cost, block hit all the battle cards. You put 10 Dawn on leader and then you lose, right?
Yeah, there's just one more attack too many for Tindrop to immediately snipe it down.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cody's, I think, checking hand, but I just don't think the card he needs is in there. Again, yeah, the only thing I can think of is like Suru into cost reduction on the Sabo. Okay, I lied. One more thing could happen. We could have 8 drop kid.
Oh, that'd be so nasty right now. Do we have the hand to protect it though?
Mm-hmm. And again, even if we do, Sakazuki is one of our better cards to remove that useless kid as is.
I got to tip my hat to you. I talked about removing that brand new from the field earlier, but he has done nothing.
All right. Well, here's the Sabo.
Oh.
Third manga.
I'm dog. I actively feel poor watching this game.
And there's a 10 drop. There's a Brook. Yeah, 10 drop came down the turn earlier. I think it would have made this game a lot closer.
Huge swing. He would have still had a fair amount of life, a huge body on board.
And Borsalino. So we've got 2 blockers up, but even without committing any Dawn, I think the attacks that we have will just get there.
Mm-hmm. His Borsalino leveled up. It went from Altart to top contender.
Mm-hmm. All right. 9K, we get the block.
Immediately.
Another 9K is pretty good. Yeah, there goes all cards in hand, and that's it. Arnie takes it.
So, I mean, that was a good run for Perona. It is unfortunate how it happens sometimes, but there were just definitely a couple choke points where, not like choke is in the playstyle, but choke points is in like he needed a specific draw on curve.
Yeah, and
just did not see it.
And Cody did the right thing. He played the baby 5 to look top 5 for that, and if he was rewarded with it, I think the game could have been a lot different. All right, we have round number 5, table number 2. We're seeing Arnie again, our Sakazuki player, versus a Gecko, so a different Thriller Bark leader this time around, which is going to be, I believe this is Jane. Let me make sure. This is Ryan Hartman. Ryan Hartman on the Gecko Moria.
Okay, so I mean, we've heard a lot about this matchup. You guys have probably seen this matchup many, many a time. I think both players have just been playing very well like this event. So it's like, yes, some people may have their conclusions about which deck has the advantage, but I think that both of them are just so well versed in what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think that it is impactful that I think Moria and Sakazuki are more on the skill intensive side. I know, especially compared to Katakuri, where there's a lot of randomness compared in that deck, but they are definitely decks that reward a strong player, which I think at the end of the day is something I really agree with.
Hashtag free Sakazuki. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, well, probably nothing wrong in OP06 meta. I don't know how he is in OP07, but I'm also not going to miss him as he leaves the room.
I just want to see my 4-0s every game, bro.
And fill up my trash for my Morias for free.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, there's that.
Again, as a Perona player, it's just like, why are you in my hand right now? You could be in my trash. You could be a different card. And just nothing there. But looking through, what do we hit? We hit a Sindri, I think a Borsalino, a brand new, and double Absalom?
Sindri. I think that's another copy of Sindri.
What are those two middle 4 drops? Are they Rob Lucci's?
Perona. It's
the
Absalom,
okay.
Perona.
Gotcha. All right, we're doing the easy searching. We had turn 1 Tashigi into turn 2 brand new. And then also leader's effect if we want to. I think the only thing that's holding, like that holds Sakazuki back at times is that most of its boss monster cards are like really good removal cards, like Gecko Moria or Rob Lucci or even Rebecca. All those 3 are not Navy, right? So you could use these searchers, but you're more likely getting farther away than them than closer to them.
Unintentional W by Bandai.
All right, simple 6. Trying to ask for a 2K. We get one.
Mm-hmm.
And pass it back to Ryan.
That's, I mean, he's going to get him back because it's Gecko Moria if he needs him, and that's 3 Peronas out of the way.
All right, we are at 4. I wonder who decided to go first or second, right? Moria generally likes going first more, but I can see in a Sakazuki like matchup, getting them off their curve a little bit is a little bit stronger for you.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because this is one of those. We have a lot of matchups where both decks would like to go second or something like that, but this is one of them where Sakazuki has that even curve, and Gecko could very well just play off its odd curve very well. So it's like, indeed, which one do you choose?
Yeah, and that's I think what makes Moria a little bit stronger is that he was moderately flexible in his plays. You're a little bit more consistent on finding your pieces at times, and obviously playing off the trash. Any 4/5s on curve, right, are just very good.
And to follow up on your question, I think if Moria wins the die roll, you 100% force Sakazuki to go first, because really that Toshigi is its best case scenario for what it's doing on his first turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and then their second turn is what? Toshigi brand new?
Yeah, like just going first just really puts you off your curve badly in Sakazuki. Oh, we're dropping 2Ks? All right. Hand must be gas.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of Sakazuki. I did it earlier in this past week, and man, the entire time I'm like, man, I am on the tight wire. I should not be doing this. Like, you know, do I pitch my 2Ks? Do I pitch my extenders? It definitely did reevaluate just the complexity that the deck does give you, right?
Yes, I think a lot of people often. Oh, okay, very nice there. I think a lot of people often confuse how powerful Sakazuki is with its lack of complexity. You have to know what you're doing and practice well and understand that your playlines are fluid and change from draw to draw.
Yeah.
To play this deck effectively. And most people just think, oh, Herder it removes all my stuff, brain dead, and that's just not how it is.
So I think that's really, because there is the cost at times. There are some busted combos. I'm not gonna lie, right? Moria in the deck is very absurd, especially at 10 Dawn. Using Moria, getting like a reduction, and then like Houndblaze or like an Ama. Like there are a lot of good plays for the deck, but looks like Moria is gonna end up using Hina into Absalom with nice little combo there, being able to get the removal of their Hina and establish 2 5K bodies. Pretty good tempo swing.
Yeah, we just saw the power of Hina on 2-round turns. I just think we just need to go ahead and bite the bullet and let that be a top 16 card at some point. Like, Hina has been putting in work for sets.
Yeah. For set 4, I mean, for set 5 and set, I mean, it's Rebecca's best friend, right? If Rebecca leaves, Hina leaves. If Hina leaves, Rebecca might leave. It's they work very well together. All right, so we've got, I believe, 6 Dawn. Oh, it might be 7. Yeah, sorry, we have 7 Dawn yet because we're the odd curve. We're going to start with a Great Eruption.
That's what I like to call a tennis match, where you just serve it back and forth and back and forth. Like, this board is a little scary looking down on a 2-life leader currently, but I mean, starting off with a Great Eruption, knowing what the deck packs, this board could very well end up cleared.
Yeah. And looks like, we did, we're just attacking 5. We're getting the additional reduction on the Hina, so these both cost 2 right now. I mean, Rob Lucci Houndblaze clears board, which is kind of nice. Yep, Houndblaze.
Oof.
And getting the Absalom to the bottom of the deck, which additionally removes it from being able to be played again, which is super strong.
This is very strong. And was that his only one engraved?
I'm not sure at the current moment. I'd have to check again. It's the only one I remember, but they both trashed quite a bit. And we also hit the Great Eruption, which is going to at least get the Ama out of hand, but they're going to Kuzan and leave the Hina and the Sinri back on board.
Very interesting. Leaving up an additional swing. But I mean, at the same time, these are one of those parts where it's like, when you see tournaments like Hand Cam, it really just like adds on to that knowledge and experience, because I desperately want to know what he's trying to set up for in his hand.
Yeah, that's like the only issue with this is that what? We can't have hand cams, right? Because it's webcam. It's a little unfortunate there. Because if we have hand cams, then they have webcams.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Trading a card. Was that a 2K though? And getting a 2K off of a neutral is not bad at all.
Yeah, it's fine. Again, like Rebecca did end up in the winning list from the PPG event from this past weekend. I think before then, Rebecca's kind of was cycled out a little bit, but being able to establish more bodies here and get another Absalom play to remove their Kuzan, I think Ryan is in a good spot now.
Yeah, it's just based off of trends. You have been seeing Rebecca make its way out of Gecko Moria decks, but it's just like so hard to ignore. Even if you never hard cast Rebecca, it's just so hard to ignore the strength of Rebecca off of Gecko.
Yeah. All right. Well, 10 Dawn to work with. Only a Tashigi at the moment.
Yeah, they were going pretty back and forth with tempo, but this is a particularly wide board from Gecko. And what makes it worse is that Arnie does not particularly have a lot of cards in hand. And once you start getting to a point where you need to defend your life, every neutral attack is a card out of your hand. And with only about 4 or 5, there's not a lot to go off of for what this board particularly is. So this turn is sticky. This turn is sticky.
Sorry, and I think we have 9 Dawn right now. We don't have 10 Dawn because there's that one hiding in the shadows over there.
Correct.
So what's best play? We can't do Moria and Houndblaze anymore or Ama. We could like Great Eruption, Rob Lucci, get a couple targets off board, but even then,
I mean,
it's tough.
Yeah. What leader swing on probably don't have to worry about the Sindri, but I mean leader swing on Hina and then removing cost off 1. Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's getting rid of both Hinas is really, I think, the best you can do right now, and that still does leave leader swing and Absalom, which is enough on its own if you just simply don't have blockers and counter value.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think if you can, you can probably remove like 3 bodies if you have Moria, right? You can attack with leader, either get the Rebecca block or the 2K out of hand, and then Rob Lucci, Moria, brand new draw card. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, discarding the Rob Lucci to draw would hopefully signal that he has the Moria in hand.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot of math. And realistically, if he only... Okay.
All right, this is 6, so we still have 8 Dawn present. I'm going to guess this goes to one of the Hinas. We're going to get the block. The other one's going to get the reduction. That is not... Oh, we got Ice Age.
Okay.
And Ama. Okay. Bottom decking the Absalom once again. That's actually pretty strong. And then Sabo. All right, you're chilling, but I don't know if you're winning.
Yeah, that one might have bought him another turn. It's not winning him this game. And he's dropping, was that a 7-drop Borsalino?
Yeah, it looks like it, yes.
Altar, and then another 2K coming out of his hand. So what, we're looking at either 2 2Ks or potentially just a card he knows is essential to him coming back next turn. But yeah. Sakazuki, it's kind of like one of the things that's rough is that while Sakazuki is a combo deck that can generally lose steam as it gets to later turns, Gecko Moria is a combo deck that will always have its grave as a resource based off the leader. So this is starting to kind of get into where Gecko Moria is more comfortable. We're swinging like a neutral with Hina because with 2 cards in hand, you either block or you drop a card. I don't really think going down to 0 is it right now, but,
it seems no choice. Yeah, you know what? We're going 7. No leader effect. So yeah, definitely. Oh, we can't even get out of it. Oh man, this is gonna be very rough for Arnie.
Just like we talked about, that Gecko into Rebecca, the small hand is going to get a tiny, teensy-weensy bit bigger.
All right, we get a 1K off the brand new, and then we get the Perona. Sure, why not? It doesn't matter at this point. I think you're so far ahead.
So it really does kind of look like he must have kept a card he felt was good for this turn, but like, my lord, having to take just neutral swings like that to lose the rest of your life is kind of rough.
Yeah, I super agree. We've got 0 cards in life, just a Tashiki on board, like 4 in hand. I don't think there's any way out of this, unfortunately, for Arnie. Yeah.
And that's the scoop.
Yeah, he agrees. So we do have Ryan as one of our finalists, and we can jump over to table number 1 real quick to see how they're doing. All right, and they should be set. Let me let them know that they can start. All right, you guys are good to go. Good luck. Okay, they are off to the races. We've got our Gecko Moria going first, which it usually likes to do against Sakazuki, going second, which, again, likes to do.
That being said, okay. Well, that being said, Sindri is very, very good first turn. It looks like, is that a 5-cost Sabo alt art put into?
Yeah, I believe you're right. It's double Rob Lucci, Sabo, and Hina. So no actual Thriller Bark cards in the trash quite yet.
Yeah, and you lost an Ice Age. That was he opened up Sindri first turn, but rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's a pretty low rolled Sindri on this one. I mean, you've got a lot of targets you can send back to the bottom of your deck. That's kind of nice. But yeah, usually, I mean, if you don't want to have one in hand or in the top 5, you usually have one in hand, and we did have that Perona.
That's good. Damage here, a little extra body there.
Yeah, and Sakazuki specifically, I mean, it does like putting some cards into your trash, but at the same time, you're already kind of behind on the hand advantage since you're 4 life to 5. Perona evening it out a little bit more makes it pretty rough for you.
A Kuzan, so we got some setup turns. Just making sure that we can annihilate anything on our opponent's board. But I mean, a 4 cost is not a high bar to destroy. But we aren't seeing many cards in the grave that can actually combo, so it's just kind of like a does he have it?
Yeah. Absalom helps us get there with the cost reduction, but we see a couple cost reductions in the trash without any Absaloms in there, so there's a good chance we don't have a way to get rid of this Kuzan.
It's clapping. I don't know. I kind of wonder what he was saying, but
yeah, this hand does not spark confidence on this Kuzan removal, so it's not the end of the world if it stays around, but it's not the best thing in the world either.
Yeah, Kuzan just kind of is that easy pass to blowing up anything on the field.
Mm-hmm. And we're going 5K with Perona real quick. Doing some table math. I think we have like 6 or 7 cards in hand, so got to see which one we like the least.
I was like, that hand must be tight on value if he is sitting here thinking that much with that grip.
All right, brand new for 2, top 3. All right. Okay. Double Perona is actually pretty nice for you because you're going to be able to get another discard here, I think.
Yeah, that is actually very strong. Kind of deep in the tank myself. He must be missing a Navy card if he hesitated that long to drop the brand new.
Yeah, I agree. And so, yeah, it has to be this, but what other card? I mean, I don't think we're going to play Hogback. We're going to discard Absalom to get it into the trash in the first place. Okay, Moria's there. Yeah, Hogback is going to take its place real quick.
A new challenger has arrived. Like, that was...
You saw Moria was the last card you saw. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's going to curve out pretty nicely.
Yeah, especially since Moria does like going first and playing Moria because he can have like an Ice Age, a Suru, a Great Eruption to pair with it, and that just gets such a tempo swing for you. All right, and we are passing from there. We have 7 Dawn available to us. Or sorry, we have 6 Dawn available to us.
Mm-hmm. And you've got to be feeling the pressure this camera right now because you can literally see the storm brewing
Yeah.
on the horizon with these hands.
Yeah, if there's a way for us to like attack, I mean, Perona, you don't really need a bomb deck because you know there's another one in trash, but being able to bottom deck this hogback could be impactful in shutting down some plays later in the game.
Force him to have another one.
All right, which we do. Okay, all right.
Yikes! In my headcanon, he didn't need to counter with that hogback, but he just wanted to show him, yes, it's still here.
All right, 5 probably at Perona once again.
Age-old card logic. If you defended it once, maybe you'll do it again. But
Man,
still
Gecko's still at 5 life. That's like the biggest thing in this matchup is that if Gecko plays correctly, they have a bunch of cards on board and they can be so greedy because they know that there's just no way for them to lose on the next turn.
Correct. Him being at 5 life is still a huge thing. 5 versus 3, and they're both going to be rolling up to their power turn soon. Going first, does he? Wow. Simple math is hard right now. I'm like, does Gecko reach his Gecko Moria first? I don't think so. 7 to 8.
No, but they don't. But Moria generally, again, likes to keep those 1-drop options to pair with it, so it's not upset about it.
Yeah, so that's great. High life, the probable ability to answer his opponent's big play. That's just a great place to be in, and it's only going to get worse. Like, he's going to be able to, in this next turn, just pressure the life even worse, potentially even using his leader effect to just, get rid of some of the board while pressing life down to 2, and that's just 2 to 5 life just feels soul crushing.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have 7 Dawn right now, so yeah, we can't play Moria. We can, if we have another cost reduction, like Hina off, like Rebecca into Hina into Absalom, get the removal of Rob Lucci, and then attack into Kuzan is probably a good play. Just Suru though. Okay.
Okay.
So just say I want that card gone.
He said board. No, you can't have any of it. Which is valid. That's really the only way he's going to lose that life lead.
Yeah, and so we're going to spend 6 more Dawn. We're going to discard a Kuzan of our own.
Oh.
And find a Great Eruption and another Kuzan. We're going to play an Absalom for 2, off the leader effect, get rid of the Rob Lucci, and then 9 into the 5k Kuzan. So we could 2k, 2k, 1k if we wanted to, but that is a little expensive.
That is half of Sakazuki's hand, and we know he will not be gaining it back anytime soon.
Yeah, and so there goes the Kuzan there, and we're going to pass it right back.
I will say right now, I am loving his management and his the Dawn assignment. Like, those were clean numbers to make sure that went through.
Yes, 100%. And we've got, I think, 2 cards in hand. I think we know one of them is 8-drop Gecko, so that could be coming down next turn. Probably is coming down next turn. But Sakazuki doesn't mind just the raw 8 for Gecko Moria itself. Especially since you gave a Rob Lucci back in rotation.
Very much so. He's definitely got to get on the board, though, because this could if he doesn't have the Gecko in hand this turn, this could be a very bad landslide.
All right. Looking at our 8. All right. All right. Unlikely. So maybe Sabo for 5 is what we're kind of mapping out.
Oh, okay. We got the first blood drawn by Sakazuki. First blood on his end. I mean, there's a lot of life to get through. Stage coming down.
Oh, stage coming down. Okay.
Big Lucci player. No. Oh.
Oh, into a Hound Blaze. All right. We're attacking there. Okay, so I think we still have 5 left for Sabo then, right? Yeah, it has to be.
And we're at least seeing him taking the opportunity when he knew the hand literally probably has 1k counter or less to just deal some damage to equalize the life real quick. Yes, you give Gecko some hand, but you already know what their next turn is likely going to be. So...
And getting rid of another Houndblaze and a 4-drop Kuzan. So going back to Gecko, they're going to be at 9 Dawn. You at least know that you can go for more value now that you can't remove anything with this Gecko you're going to play.
Mm-hmm. I can get the Kuzan because Kuzan essentially takes 2 turns to really impact the board. But dropping the Houndblaze, once again, like, this hand has to be very tight.
Yes. Yes, it does. And so we're going 5. And, I mean, yeah, easy block, sure.
Mm-hmm.
We could have gone 6, unless we're using this last on, which I'd be really surprised if we did.
Yeah, using last on, I don't know what he would use it on, but at the same time, like, I don't know, that was kind of like an intelligence check. Like, let me swing a 5 and see if you drop a 1k out of your 3-card hand. That's just like...
we could get rewarded with the cycle of a great eruption, it seems. But no, not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't know why that wasn't for 6.
I'm going to give it an old, it's late on a Tuesday night vibe. I
didn't even know it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's almost, if it's for you, it's practically Wednesday.
Correct. 19 minutes. I just have no concept of time. I'm lost in the sauce.
Mm.
And by sauce, I mean content grind.
Which, if you guys didn't know, you guys could check out UniX at UniverseX on YouTube, which you can find in the Twitch chat right now as well. There he is.
Yeah. You can find the link at Discount Eggman, youtube.com/@Discount Eggman. No, yeah, but really, the link is in there, the actual.
Discount Eggman with 1 G or 2 Gs? I'm not finding it.
2 Gs. I want to avoid potential copyright once
gotcha.
you get even bigger than you are right now.
Actually, it's 3 Gs, just 1 more G away. So help and dodge it a little bit more.
It's scary. Will your lawyers come to my house with the Eggman logo on their suits?
That's how you could tell they're my lawyers, at least. Yes.
This is the board is, I don't know. Like, I know that these are like swing state points of the game right now, but I need traction on Sakazuki's side right now.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Dawn right now. Like, we don't have our full stack, so I think we have 6 Dawn that we can play with. Yeah, because we just played the Tashigi. We found the Ama. That's not too bad. If we can get the reduction for it. Leader Swing and Stage will get 2 of them out, so that's fine there.
Very scary. Like, once again, Sakazuki being a hand-based combo deck, you just, as their board gets bigger and you look and you find your hand getting smaller, it just does not feel good.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got the 5. Oh, we're getting the reduction on the Moria. That's scary.
Oh.
All right, we're going 7. I think if we can get a follow-up here, I mean, Ice Age puts it down, so... Oh, Great Eruption. Oh, that's such a thing in this matchup, right? Are we getting rid of another Ama? I'm guessing it's not our first copy of it. You know, I think the trigger from Great Eruption is really what is getting it banned, right?
Most certainly. You know, look, I'm going to be real. If I was on the dev team and I had the 3-card combo to end your entire board and you Great Eruption triggered me, I'd be like, you know what needs to be banned?
Mm-hmm. Great Eruption.
Like, I'm for certain, like that ace card that blows up like an AK, I am fairly certain whoever printed that card was just tired of losing the 8-drop kid.
I guess so, right? Unfortunately, they always like put the Dawn underneath it, so it's just 1 under it, but We'll see. At least from life, right? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying like just the immediate like 8K go for it?
The king of
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the trigger effect, not the
Oh
main.
no, I just meant the normal. I was like, I'm pretty sure whoever printed that was just upset. It was just a dev member upset at 8-Drop Kid and was just like, no,
I think that's
something's gonna give.
8-Drop Kid was pretty obnoxious. It's still obnoxious, but that one's particular. It was meta warping. All right, we've got whole 10 Dawn to work with. Any Morias in hand are unknowns at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to say the Sakazuki necessarily bricked, but it doesn't look like he's up at full speed. And he's also got one card in hand to a full grip on Moria's side.
Mm-hmm.
So even trying to break through with wide attacks may not be the strategy that works.
All right, we're going for 7. We're going to use leader effect. No, so yeah, it has to be another one.
Best case scenario for Sakazuki was that he had to get back the hog back in order to get back the gecko, but he said no, sir, and just played another one.
Yeah, and with the Kuzan attack, getting the -4, being able to draw with brand new, we're putting Rob Lucci into rest mode, which is fine because it's probably, if it's getting removed, it's getting removed anyways.
Yeah, doesn't need to. If it lives, it gets to swing. If not, not. He unfortunately whiffed his entire brand new search, putting 2 non-navies and a brand new. But a 6-card differential in hand is well, not differential, but he's got 6 to his opponent's, I believe, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a great place to be in. Life is equal, but once again, Sakazuki is woefully behind on board.
Yeah, there's no blockers for Gecko, but again, with a 0K and a 2K attacker, you're not too worried about the pressure that those can do offensively.
So a 7 swing, where he puts that reduction, though. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Kuzan is overstayed its welcome.
And this has to be, I mean, uncomfortable, yes, but it's also very cool to see where he's trying to put the pressure. Like, he understands that, yes, this board needs to go, but he is not long for this game. So he is actively pushing towards the KO while attacking the board with just effects. He's playing just very cleanly. I think that's one of my favorite parts about watching any sort of event. I just love it when the people are playing concisely and making these great routes.
Yeah, and we have the old Rebecca, Hina, and Rob Lucci combo, so we were able to get 2 bodies off the board. Now ourselves, we just have the Moria, the brand new, and the Suru, and down to 1 life, so you got to be a little bit scared on what they can do next turn. But again, we only have 1 card in hand for Cameron right now.
Yeah, if any attacks threaten his life, they're generally just going to. And yes, this board against many decks would feel great. Maybe not against red, but like against a lot of decks, this could be a nice little stopgap. But this is fairly clearable, and it's not like he doesn't have the cards in hand to have the options to do it.
All right, 10 Dawn. We've got a good amount of plays we can do. If we have reduction of, Absalom's always fantastic for boards like this. I'd probably get rid of the Rob Lucci at this point.
Yeah, with 1 card in hand and 2 cards in life, those Rebeccas are just going to fold whenever you swing at them hard enough. So, might as well just get rid of the swingers.
Yeah, and so I think, this is going to be pretty quick. Oh, yeah, you really only need the 1 Dawn when they have 1 card in hand. So either it's a 2K and then the math becomes really easy, or they keep it around. But I think this is fine.
Mm-hmm. No, he's only used 2 Dawn. The 3rd Gecko would be tragedy, but Absalom would be he didn't actually use his effect. Okay, well, that would scare me.
Yeah, that must mean that we have Rob Lucci in hand. Oh, Rebecca grabbing the Lucci. using the effect to play the Helmeppo. Oh, and then get the double removal.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
That is very good.
Oh man, 8 is such a powerful number in black. There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah, it just so happens to help you on the even curve so much. Gecko Moria kind of offsets it a little bit with his leader ability, technically costing 3, but man, we're back to the same board state, but we have one more Rebecca, and that's about it.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Sakazuki player, he has just been fighting to survive. But like I said before, he has been pushing towards this potential win. But it's just rough. There's now a blocker on the board in addition to everything else, which could likely be removed. That's not a problem. But there's also 6 cards in hand and 2 damage needing to be dealt to win.
Yes.
Whereas the other side of the board is nowhere near as comfortable. You've got a blocker, but like it's not surviving that hand unless his opponent has bricked horrendously. And then you have 3 cards in hand, which are kind of easy to walk through.
Yeah, and the other thing in the comparison, or like the comparison between the matchup, is that Sakazuki attacks to help its removal, but against something like Rebecca, like you need to attack first with leader, and then you get it closer to removal, which means the blocker still can have a chance to block. And the other side, Moria's most of its removal, its attack is playing Absalom on the attack, which means you still get your attack through and the removal in the same swoop. All right, well, 3 in hand. We attacked into the Helmeppo. We got the reduction on the Moria.
Is that a incredibly vaunted Eggman die?
It is. Ryan's fighting for his second pair, which I believe he's won by just being here in the first place. But block with Rebecca, play a Borsellino. So 2 blockers, 2 cards in hand. If we have another reduction, another Great Eruption, Ice Age, Suru, Helmeppo, any of these, I think we just win on the spot.
Yeah, it's very, very rough. With the hand size and the way the momentum has been going, something has to go wrong for Gecko Moria from the lose. It's not a matter of like what can Sakazuki do right. Like there's just too much advantage on one end right now.
Yeah. And maybe asking him out of 2Ks in there. Even at this point, if we don't get it, we need 4 attacks to go in, and we have a 5, a 3, a 9, and a 6. So I think we get 18, 23. We have 43, I think, power split across those with Tendon. So I think we can do a 9 and then 11s from there. But we're looking to just go for board.
Yeah, there's no reason to let him get he's at 1 life now. I feel like he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't accidentally lose, which is just fair. It's just kind of like,
all right, yeah, we just go 9 there. They have to block, and then you don't really have an answer to win next turn, right?
No, even if he saw, man, that's done.
That is very tough.
And I again, just not trying to be partial towards either player, but sometimes you hate to see it. I don't think Cameron has done anything wrong in this matchup. It's just that he did not draw optimally. Not a single.
We can see we got Rebecca's, we've got brand new, but nothing of substance, and we're still looking. Where's the Morias at? Where are they hiding? There it is, 5 cards deep.
Yeah, he simply just did oof. Oh, okay, yeah, wow. Yeah, I know he was boiled a little bit, a little steamed.
Yeah, well, that's Ryan is our winner. Gets a box of OP06.